There's 6 more weeks of winter, so let's paint a red bird on a snowy pine branch. For this lesson, you're going to need blue and purple chalk pastels, or just chalkboard chalk is fine. You're going to need acrylic paint or just any kind of paint that you might have. Even tempera is okay. You're going to need these colors: red, black, white, and green and orange. You're going to need some paper. You're going to need some water and brushes. You're going to need a paper towel to dry your brushes. You'll need round brushes, the ones with the pointy tips, a bigger one and a smaller one. And you're going to need a brown marker. We're going to make the background look nice and winter-like by adding the blue and purple chalk all over the paper. You just turn it sideways and just move it all over. Just kind of quickly. And then you're going to add the purple on top of the blue, kind of making this one kind of swirly-like. And then you're going to use a tissue or a paper towel or even your hand, and you're just going to blend that in. Gives it a really chilly looking frosty sky. Then you're going to use your brown marker to draw your tree branch. Tree branches are not typically very straight, so make sure that you make your lines kind of crooked. Lots of branches, so you'll have lots of places to put your pine needles later. Leave a spot for the bird. You're going to make a teardrop shape for the bird's body. I usually start by telling the students to draw a circle or an oval first. Paint that in, and then you're going to paint a little triangle hat. And that'll give you your teardrop shape. Another triangle, lots of triangles for your tail. Long, skinny triangle. And then I'm going to paint some little brush strokes to make it look like the feathers are separated. Make sure you wash your brush when you change colors. Paint an orange triangle for the beak, a little bitty one. Then I'm going to change to the smaller brush because I'm going to be needing to make some finer lines with the black. I'm going to paint a little bit of black on the red bird's face. And then I'm going to define the wing with the black, add a little bit of black feathers there too, and on the tail. Then I'm going to turn the brush the opposite way. I'm going to use the other end, and I'm going to dip that into the black paint to give the bird an eye. You just kind of touch the paper to give him a little dotted eye there. Now we're going to also use this brush for the pine needles. You're just going to need to make little short brush strokes. I skipped ahead a little bit right here. I didn't really mean to do that, but that's me learning. But I am going to add some more branches right here. It needed some anyway because it looks a little bit naked. So I'm just going to add a few. You can always do the same kind of thing. If you feel like it needs more, add more. It's your painting, so do whatever you think looks best. Now I'm going to paint some more of those pine needles so you can see me doing that. They're just short brush strokes. Just paint little lines on each side of each one of your little branches. Make sure you put a few on the very tip of it as well. And I think this looks like it's filled in a little better than it was before. After this, the next step is to paint the snow onto the branches. But you are going to need to let this dry for just a little while. Let this dry completely. When you touch it and none of the paint comes off, then you're ready to start adding the white. Then you're basically just going to put the white paint right over the top of your green branches. You just want them to look kind of frosty, like there's a little snow on there. A lot of times there's going to be more snow on the top. There'll be some everywhere, but mostly on the top. So make sure that's a little heavier on the top than it is on the bottom. And once you get those all filled in, then that's it. That's the end of the lesson. And I hope that you enjoyed this.